Liverpool faced Chelsea in Saturday's FA Cup final, which will be the fourth time they've clashed this season. All three previous encounters have been tight affairs, without a winner in regulation time. So why has there been so little to choose from between these sides? Let's take a look at what could potentially be an exciting showpiece encounter or another tactical stalemate. It'll be no surprise that Liverpool would line up in a 4-3-3, and from what we've seen over the past month or so, the Liverpool side largely picks itself, with only two positions having question marks over them. Firstly, will Matip or Konate get the nod to partner Virgil van Dijk in central defence? Liverpool staff have done a remarkable job in keeping the previously injury-prone Joel Matip fit this season, and much of that has been down to the rotation of him available due to the instant impact that Konate has had. Matip played against Aston Villa on Tuesday, but I think his experience will be enough to keep him in the starting 11. The other question mark is Fabinho, who was substituted against Villa due to a suspected hamstring injury. Now, the injury doesn't seem too bad and he has been called up to the Brazil squad, but I imagine even if fit, Klopp would not want to risk losing him for the upcoming Champions League final, so Jordan Henderson should start in the number 6 role with Thiago to his left and Naby Keita to his right. Up front, Luis Diaz's unpredictability should ensure he keeps his place on the left, joined by big hitters Sadio Mane and Mo Salah. Diaz's position on the left could be crucial in how the game plays out, as this was an area repeatedly targeted by Liverpool in the previous encounters this season. In the 2-2 draw at Stamford Bridge and in the Carabao Cup final, the Reds identified young right-sided centre-back Trevor Chalobah as a weak link. When Chelsea would play out from the back, the two deeper centre-backs would be pressed, leaving Chalobah open to receive the ball on the right, and at that moment Mane or Diaz would pounce and put pressure on the youngster. Chalobah actually did well, but was often unable to progress the ball and would shift it vertically or back to the goalkeeper in areas of the pitch that Liverpool wanted the ball to be. Now, there were differences in Liverpool's attacking approach in these games. At Stamford Bridge, the front three were often quite narrow, trying to cut Chelsea's passing lanes through the middle. In the Carabao Cup final, they were more aggressive and more expansive, with Liverpool's central midfielders covering the Chelsea double pivot. With Chelsea's forwards looking to press high, this would give Fabinho time and space to receive the ball. If Jordan Henderson is afforded this luxury, it would be a big advantage for Liverpool, as he is massively underrated in his ability to dictate the tempo of a game, knowing when to retain and recycle possession and when to use his exceptional passing range and hit direct and diagonal passes to his dynamic forward line. In the Carabao Cup final, there were also differences to how Liverpool's fullbacks operated. And normally we're used to seeing them both bomb on to create a front five with the normal wide forwards tucking inside the half spaces. However, in February, Mo Salah hugged the touchline with Jordan Henderson in the right midfield berth completing the front five, a position that Naby Keita can take up. This meant that Trent took up more positions that were more defensively able to cope with Chelsea's counter-attack, and also moved him into a deep-lying midfielder role where he could creatively affect the game and create less predictable angles for his incredible crosses and diagonal and forward passes. There's no doubt that Liverpool have struggled to effectively break down Chelsea's 3-4-2-1 this season, with the Blues' ability to both create and defend from the wide wing-back positions causing Klopp headaches. But on a positive note, in all three fixtures this season, Liverpool have had the better expected goals: at Anfield, at Stamford Bridge, and at Wembley. This should be encouraging for Liverpool, with Mane and Diaz in electric form, but maybe it could be time for Salah or Jota to turn things around for the recent relative dry spells. With chances of the Premier League title disappearing fast, Liverpool need to switch on and ensure that this trophy doesn't slip through the grasp. As talented as this Chelsea team and their manager are, I think if Liverpool have the legs and mentality to start in an aggressive manner, it'll be too much for them to handle. I predict a 2-0 victory for the Reds.